Check. Hello? 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 Do we sound good, Chris? Okay. Let me do an audio check. Hello? 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 Do we sound good, Chris? Okay. I'm over here muted. Awesome. Y'all didn't want to tell me that? Hold on, we're gonna adjust some things real quick. I wonder if I can move this here. I wonder if that'll look. No, that light is not digging it. I don't know what I did. We're gonna move this right here so we can get my mic more in front of me. Give me 1 minute. Gonna get some stuff pulled up. NFL week 4 games. Just so we're not having to go through and take even more time on the back half. Week 4. What is up, guys? Welcome to the Any Given Monday podcast. Tyler will be back next week. Maybe. He was supposed to be back this week, but his PC blew up again. Same as usual, we are going to be going over the week 4 recap, week 5 predictions, and we're going to be talking some fantasy football. We're going to get right into it because we have a lot. I mean, week 4 was actually kind of insane. Let me get the chat pulled up on the phone so I can talk about week 4 with y'all. Let me make sure audio is good. All right, yeah, we're chilling. We're chilling. We're chilling. We're chilling. We're chilling. Tyler is helping though. He is labbing up. We have some bangers. Ooh. We have some bangers coming in fantasy football that we will talk about. Trust. All right, we are going to hop right into it. Week 4 recap. We have Vikings, Panthers. Bro, why do I not remember the Vikings? Oh, I'm tripping. Oh my god. Are we on week 5? Oh my god. Man, Tyler don't have to come back. Stop, Tim. Uh, what is my title for the week 5 recap? Guys, my weekend was insane. So, week 5 recap. I was like, I swear the Vikings and Panthers didn't play. We started off with the Bears and the Commanders. Really odd game. I had the Commanders winning. Tyler had the Bears. That's just one of those games that the more explosive team won, which is kind of crazy to say. The Bears tried to lose it. I'm not gonna lie. They finally got back in their rhythm in the second half. This is what blew my mind about the Bears, right? So, like, by the way, DJ Moore, please, God, please, God, go to a contender. I feel so bad for DJ Moore. We have touched on this a little bit back in I think last week or the week before. Just Bears, please God, just send him somewhere he can get a ring. DJ Moore has so much potential. It's disrespectful. He's wasting it on the Panthers and the Bears. But the Bears came out hot. I mean, DJ Moore 49, 50 fantasy points, which we will get into when we get in our fantasy segment, because this year's fantasy numbers have been insane. Like, I feel like last year it took a while for us to see 50-point games, and we didn't see a lot of them. We got back-to-back 50-point games this year. Like this week, last week. Like, it's kind of crazy. That being said, Raiders running back Jacobs out with COVID. Let Adams eat. Let Adams eat. Please, God. Okay, that being said, the Bears came out and did something crazy to me. They could have ran away with the game. When they came out in the second half, this is such a Bears thing to do, right? They started running quarterback sweeps, quarterback runs. Y'all just passed so good in the first half. Just keep stepping on their throat, bro. I mean, you got, when Fields' hand is hot, you got to keep let him passing, because that's going to transition in the next week and the next week and the next week. You need to let Fields keep throwing the ball. And it really upset me they can't. Jimmy G worth 6 points. Take the pack. You need to keep not running the ball with the quarterback. You need to get your receivers involved. The Bears have a lot of potential, I feel. I don't know if their coaching is great. That being said, we'll move on to the Commanders. I don't know. I had the Commanders as a fringe team. I had them making the 7th seed. We'll see. The Commanders usually do, I believe, a lot better in December. So I'm really a big Ron Rivera fan. But they have a squad, right? Like, how, if you can just drive the bus, make big plays, y'all will be solid. I mean, the Commanders have a amazing receiver core, right? They have 3 top-notch receivers. They have a really solid running back core. They have a young, good defense. I don't know why they can't get it together. And I was really, really hoping the Chiefs offensive coordinator coming over was going to help them a lot. We did hear in the offseason a lot of how the players didn't like how he controls his offense. And like something about like, it made it seem like they were crying because he was making them put in some work. Well, guess what? Bro has won like 2, 3 Super Bowls, 2. I can't remember off top. Henry Ruggs on work release for this game for the first quarter. Hey, that Ruggs return is going to be insane. McLaurin rocks. Dude, they have such a good receiver core. It's actually disrespectful that they're 2 and 3, but I feel like, I don't know, dude. I just feel like they have a lot more potential. On to the next. We had the Jags and the Bills in London. Look, I've told y'all I love football so much. I do a podcast. I watch every game, but you know what game I don't watch? I don't watch the London games. I bartend, so I'm not waking up 3 hours after I get off work to watch a London game. But I guess I should have, but because the Jags gave it to the Bills. Who saw that coming? Who saw that coming? I don't know. Someone told me it was going to happen. I can't remember who it was. I think it was Jimmy. Jimmy told me it was going to happen. He said because the Jags played in London last week. That being said, Jags 25-20. Bills, they're getting that injury bug. They lost Tre'Davious White last week. They lost Matt Milano to with Matt Milano. I mean, Tre'Davious White was a huge blow, but Matt Milano is that's a dog right there. That's a dog linebacker, and to lose him, I think what was separating the Bills from the Dolphins right now in the AFC was the defense, right? Because the Dolphins, you know, they lost Jalen Ramsey, which was a huge blow for them. I think the Bills, the Dolphins, with all these injuries, they're losing that defense. They're going to have to start. I mean, they can put the numbers up, but can they consistently put the numbers up? We saw Stephon Diggs blow up on the sideline again. I mean, I just don't know. This team is right there to where I don't know if they'll trade him. But if y'all have been following the podcast, for the last few months, I have said there's something going on with Diggs and the locker room. I do not think he will be on the team by the trade deadline. I guess it really depends. It's hard to say because 1 week he'll have multiple touchdowns. 1 week him and Josh Allen are beefing. I don't know. I don't know where the best. I mean, Diggs could go anywhere, right? I mean, it really just depends what the Bills are looking like, what they can get. It's looking more like I don't think they'll trade him during the season, maybe in the off season, but clearly, visibly frustrated. Check the comments. Jimmy G going to be seeing double tonight. Take the interception prop. Please don't say that. Adams going where if they keep losing? Adams. So, all right, guys. So, we'll talk about this real quick. We'll pause. We're done with Bills and Jags. We're going to talk about this. All right. So, earlier in the season, before the season started, I said the Chiefs wide receiver core is suspect. We saw that week 1. We keep seeing that. They're going to make a trade by the deadline. Now, who it's going to be for is going to be interesting. I don't think there's any possible way they get Adams. You rarely see in division trades. I could see Mike Evans if the Bucks start going downhill. I would like to see Mike Evans on the Chiefs. Maybe Cooper Kupp, but the Rams are kind of right there where they're like, hey, we got 2 stud receivers. We could still do this. Adams to the Falcons. So here's my thing. Adams is going to get to pick where he goes. Adams is not going to the Falcons. Adams is going to want to go to a contender. Like I said, I'm not going to say Chiefs because in division trades, I'm not seeing that happening. Cowboys need to get somebody. We're going to talk about that. Trust me. The Cowboys better go get someone or a new coach. We're going to talk about what is wrong with the multiple things wrong with that team when we get to it. Where could Adams go? I mean, could you see Adams going to the Jets? I mean, thug it out one more year. Maybe make playoffs. Maybe. But next year you're back with Rodgers on his last year, contending team. Maybe the Bills go get Adams. I don't know to help. I don't know. That's a really good topic. I think we could look a lot deeper into closer to the trade deadline when the playoff pictures being more brought out. Titans, Colts, Man, I feel so bad for Anthony Richardson. Has he been hurt every week? We get Minshew mania. I'm here for it. Uh, but Richardson is going to be out a few weeks. He has I think a strained AC joint, which I believe is in your shoulder. Super unfortunate. Very young guy, a lot of potential. Sucks to see him go down just when they get Jonathan Taylor back. Um, in the end, I think the Colts are the better team. The Titans, Derrick Henry, he's getting older. Let's be honest. They have like their receiving game actually showed up a little bit. They just don't have the offense to have a solid receiving game, if that makes sense. Who's the worst QB in the league? Frogman Fields or Ritter for the Falcons? Um, we are gonna do predictions tonight. We're gonna do predictions for tonight. The worst quarterback in the league. I'm gonna have to say Ritter, bro. Fields has his Fields has his moments. I haven't seen Ritter have his moments yet. They're both kind of on. But here's the thing. So Fields, the Bears team is not as good as the Falcons. The Falcons actually have a really solid offense. I'm gonna have to go with Ritter, probably the worst in the league. Had the chance to jokingly say Prescott. Oh no, Prescott's really about to get fried here in a few minutes. Trust me. That whole team is about to get my wrath, and I'm here. I've been thinking about what we're gonna say all night. We're gonna pull stats up and everything. Don't worry. Um, Speaking of the Falcons, Falcons snuck away with a dub yesterday. Who's the most underrated team in the league? No, the Vikings are terrible. No, the Vikings are actually awful, in my opinion. Mac or Daniel Jones? Oh my God. The most, maybe Young, but he's a rookie. Yeah, you got to get Young. Young is not in a good situation at all either. Let's be honest. Like the Texans, they have a solid. They don't have a great. Damian Pierce is showing up. They don't. I don't think they have a really. They have a kind of deep running back room, but they got a lot of young guys. Nico Collins, dog. That is a man right there. That is a grown football player. Tank Dell, I think, went down, unfortunately. They have a lot of sauce. I'll put it like that. The Texans have a lot of sauce on offense. They have for Stroud to have thrown 0 picks so far is astounding. Especially the way the Texans looked last year. You can tell he's really elevating that offense, and we like to see that. Baker Mayfield playing like his life depends on it. I'm a big Baker fan, so I'm here for it. His career probably does depend on it, if you want to be honest. Either he's going to do good enough to where they can't draft a quarterback, or he's going to do bad enough they're going to draft a quarterback, and he's probably going to be out the league or on the Falcons or the Bears. The Bears are probably going to go get buddy from USC. Next we have Panthers Lions. I don't even have to talk on that. The Panthers are 0-5. It's a 42-24 win. The Lions are looking like a good, solid playoff team. We're not going to harp on that game too long. The Panthers have a lot of holes they need to fix. They're probably one of the biggest rebuilding teams in the league right now. Miami might score another 70-point game against the Panthers. I'm not going to lie. Where we at? Saints, Patriots. Wow. Last week, Bill Belichick took the worst loss of his career against the Cowboys. And this week, probably a top 5 loss against the Saints. And not a great Saints team. They're kind of starting to get it together. But the way the Saints have looked through the last 4 weeks to week 5, their offense hasn't been explosive. I know they got Kamara back, but they weren't really scoring a lot on people. And for them to come out and put 34 points on the board on a really solid Patriots defense is very, very interesting. I don't think Mac Jones is completely to blame for what is happening. The Saints do have a good defense, and we're about to touch on that. I don't think Mac Jones is fully to blame for what is happening. They have no receivers, bro. I mean, they have some solid guys. They have some decent guys. They're okay. They don't have a clear-cut wide receiver one. Juju is not a clear-cut wide receiver one. I know he won a ring last year, but he did it with Kermit the Frog. And we know how it goes when Kermit the Frog is throwing you the ball. You're going to get your touchdowns. I watched Brady go out there with a bunch of white dudes in the Super Bowl every year. Tom Brady. We are not sitting here and comparing Mac Jones to Tom Brady. I just know we're not doing it right now. I mean, and since Tom Brady's been gone, look, they've lost McDaniels, they've lost offensive, the great offensive mind. Bill Belichick is a defensive head coach. I know I say defensive head coaches do not tend to work well in the NFL. And I mean, he's one of the only ones that it has worked for. But I mean, we can't talk about how garbage Ritter is and not consider Matt garbage. But Ritter has better. Hold on. Ritter arguably has to have better options, right? One, he has, I can't say a better run game. Stevenson was top 10 last year. Let me chill out. I almost said a better run game. I think he has a deeper run game with more skill. I mean, Zeke can run up the middle, and that's about it. Stevenson can kind of run on maybe the outside. That's about it. At least Bijan and Algier can receive the ball. They can run the ball up the middle. They can run the ball outside. Freaking Drake London showed up this week. I mean, if they would actually use their generational tight end, the Falcons might be good, right? Like last week, everyone was talking about, oh, Jonnu Smith might be him. Well, Jonnu Smith threw the ball to the defense this week. So, but see, Bill Belichick is a GOAT coach, but he's a defensive-minded coach. Look at who he has on defense. I can't even say that. They just let 34 points go up, plus back-to-back weeks. So I really don't know. I'm not saying Mac Jones isn't to blame. He should take a lot of the blame, but he's not solely to put the blame on. There is a lot of things wrong with that team. A lot. Ritter 50% pass completion rate on 2-yard pass attempts. Bro. They love to check that ball down, don't they? Where is the next game? We're not going to sit here and talk about the Dolphins and the Giants. We're not even going to get into it. Daniel Jones, if he returns, is going to get himself killed. How many times did he get sacked yesterday? He went out, so I mean, I wonder how many times Daniel Jones has been sacked this year, because it was 11 against the Seahawks. Go Tyreek, hit the over. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Now this game, I'm gonna take pride on, because everyone told me I was trolling. The Steelers and the Ravens, and I picked the Steelers. Always a good division game. I'm sorry my camera keeps focusing. It's trying to, for some reason, focus on a poster. Thank you. Um, chill. um, where were we at? That comment threw me for a loop. That was an ugly game overall. I mean, Lamar played bad, and Lamar played bad, and Kenny Pickett played like Kenny Pickett. Let's put it like that. Lamar played bad, and Kenny Pickett played like Kenny Pickett. I said at the beginning of the year, if Kenny Pickett would take that step, the defense will carry him to the playoffs. Kenny Pickett has not taken that step. This division is going to be insane. This might be one of the closest divisions in football. Lamar just had a bad week. Lamar had a bad 2 weeks. He had a good first few weeks. He's kind of at the same time. I mean, the Steelers defense. This is the score this game should have been. The Steelers defense is insane. TJ Watt with the walk off, which these teams are so bad. Not so bad. The Steelers offense is so bad. It shouldn't have had to been a walk-off sack. They should have just ran the time out. But on to the next. I'm just saying, I had the Steelers, guys. I had the Steelers. I'm going to take pride in that. Next, we have the Bengals and the Cardinals. Joe Burrow's leg is so bad, bro. I wish he would take his time off. I need to see. They're waiting. I bet there's a stretch of games. Bengals schedule. There's going to be a stretch of games. Oh my God. I was going to say there would be a stretch of games they were going to let him take off. He got away. There's not. No. That's insane. This man's going to have to play on that bum leg the rest of the year. That's sickening. He still made some decent passes. But, I mean, he's looking like that leg's looking bad, dude. I mean, who'd they play this week? The Cardinals. I mean, and the Cardinals still kind of gave it to him. That should have been a game that they should have ran away with on offense. Even you can even see when Burrow catches the snap, his leg is fucked off, bro. It is bad. Jamar Chase arrived. We thought DJ Moore would be the number one fantasy receiver. Jamar Chase said, watch this. And he scored like 50 points with a bum leg quarterback. Eagles Rams, I was at work by this, so if anyone could tell me what happened in this game, that would be awesome. I didn't really get to watch it. I mean, Eagles up 5-0 as they should be, but it looks like what the Rams have to pass out of like a huge deficit or something. Eagles got up and stayed up. Yeah. Figured the way Cup and Puka both had 20 points on fantasy, someone was having to pass out of a deficit. Might be Jamar over Lamb in Dynasty. You're right. It really, I mean, really? Oh. Well, I guess they were passing to try to get up. Jets, Broncos. Luckily, I didn't get to watch that one. I mean, Jets 2-3. What? Okay, so we need to address something. Someone is getting fired from Denver, right? 1-4 is not what they wanted when they signed Sean Payton. I'm not saying they're going to fire Sean Payton. This might be Russ's last year. This might be Russ's last year as a quarterback in the NFL. Unless he goes to some dog piss team like the Falcons. Whatever team doesn't get the number one pick. Man, I didn't want to say that Russ was bad, but Russ is looking terrible. Only way Peyton gets fired if it gets ugly in the locker room. Are the Raiders going to win? I think the Raiders are going to win tonight. I do. Um, yeah, I just don't see. I don't see the Broncos getting better. I mean, we've heard rumors from Judy wanting out. I mean, that might be one of the worst teams in the NFL, which is super unfortunate. I think they just should probably trade Russ for what they can get, which is probably nothing at this point. Um, I took Watson over 4 catches and Jacobs over 17 carries. Caleb or May has better career. Well, yeah. I mean, they're younger, so who is a better wide receiver, Puka or Cooper? We're not asking that, are we? Is that a joke? Who just asked that? That's a joke, right? We're trolling. We're actually trolling in chat right now, guys. Top 3 best quarterbacks in the league. Patrick Mahomes, Patrick Mahomes, Patrick Mahomes. And there's not even a close like 2 or 3. No, Frill though, Patrick Mahomes, Jalen Hurts, Joe Burrow. I mean, people are going to be like, oh, Joe Burrow's playing bad this year. Brother is playing with one leg. So I'm not putting Josh Allen up there because he has the most turnovers since he's came in the league. Y'all can say what y'all want. Josh Allen is not touching my top 3. Russell Wilson, Matt Ryan, Andy Dalton. Hey, Russell Wilson might go to the Panthers. Might have to sit the youngin for a year or two and learn behind Russ. Chiefs, Vikings. I mean, shouldn't have been that close. The Vikings, like we have been saying, Baker for Russ. Who says no? Baker might eat on the thing about Baker, bro. He's an average quarterback, but he's gonna get that locker room fired up. That's what he's gonna do. And you know who we should probably see on a team right now? Jameis Winston. If I'm the Falcons, I'm probably going to get Jameis Winston. That's all I'm going to say. Burn me at the stake. I don't know what to tell you. What is fave drink to make? Like bartending drink? Refs in the Jags game in bed with the Yeah. Yeah. Don't think Saints are trading him to a division. I keep forgetting they're oh god. Fave drink to make. Ooh, so I hear me out, guys. I labbed up my own drink. I labbed up my first drink as a bartender. Hear me out. Pineapple with ounce of pineapple, mango habanero whiskey, ounce of pineapple rum, ounce of pineapple juice, simple syrup, tahini rim, banger. Chiefs Vikings. Yeah, I mean that could have been I mean, Jettis got hurt, so that could have been a worse game for the Chiefs. Sour Patch Kids energy drink with vodka. That is insane. It literally says on the energy drinks not to mix with alcohol. And what do as a society? We make Vegas bombs. So, and here we go. The Cowboys and the 49ers. That was supposed to be a game within 3.5. 42-10. I bet that was an insane game to watch then. 42-10. Now, we have talked about, I'm going to tell everyone what is separating the 49ers from everyone in the NFC right now. When they get that ball, they score touchdowns. Now, what the Eagles and the Cowboys have been doing on offense, they have been starting slow, scoring in the second, third, fourth quarter, but their first possessions are not going great. Brock Purdy might be top 10. And that is coming from somebody that believes the 49ers are a system quarterback team. I think Shanahan is the best offensive mind in the NFL. And I think any quarterback could probably run that system. But Brock Purdy is doing that damn thing right now. I'm put we are we putting Purdy in the top 10? Purdy was making okay, so I saw that I've said Brock Purdy, I said before this week, Brock Purdy's top 15, right? Um, I saw Purdy make some passes against this elite defense, guys. This elite defense that allowed 42 points to Mr. Irrelevant. I saw him make some passes that I have watched Joe Burrow and Patrick Mahomes make, and people go crazy about. I saw Joe Burrow complete one of the most prettiest dimes I have ever seen yesterday between two defenders. Had it been inaccurate at all, it was getting swatted or tipped. I watched Brock Purdy under pressure from a top 5 defense make the exact same pass. Purdy is here. He's top 10. We have to accept that. I'm accepting it. I am giving him his props. This is me saying Brock Purdy has arrived, and every NFC team should be worried about that. Niners will beat Philly this time if Purdy stays healthy. Philly would have won regardless of Purdy or not last year. Brock Purdy, accurate as hell. Card. PSA 10, there we go. Brock Purdy over Mahomes. I can't believe I even read that comment. 1,271 yards, 9 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, on pace for, like, he's insane. Like, and CMC didn't even play amazing yesterday. Like, he had 4 touchdowns last week. Of course, you're gonna game plan for McCaffrey. I said, going into this game, I try to pick, like, players that are gonna have to show up for this game to go their way. I said Leighton Vander Esch is going to have a great game because the defense is going to eat, but CMC is going to get to that second level. They're going to run a lot of short passes. Vander Esch is going to have a game. Vander Esch did not have a game. Obviously, 42-10. Brock Purdy is top 10. Now, let's talk about the other side of the ball. I'm still not going to put all of this on Dak Prescott. The play calling is atrocious. Oh my God. We have CeeDee Lamb, Brandon Cooks, and Michael Gallup. Now, Michael Gallup, one of the worst in the leagues at creating space. I get it. If this team does not go get Adams or Diggs or fucking T. Higgins, bro, go get someone that is going to help CD. Because Michael Gallup isn't it. I thought Cooks was going to be good, but what has Brandon Cooks done? And it would be okay, maybe, if they had a run game. Everybody was so high on Pollard. Pay Pollard. Why did we franchise tag Pollard? This is why you franchise tag Pollard. He is not a elite running back. He is not a great running back. Pollard was a product of Zeke pounding it up the middle so Pollard could take it outside. Pollard's numbers are showing this. They're a slow offense. How are you a slow offense and you can't get the run game going? You are running a slow offense and you are not getting your run game going. Go get Leonard Fournette. Go get a big guy that can pound it up the middle so you can get Pollard back out. I said, look, guys, I have said this. I said, I'm not giving Pollard his props. I said, they are hyping up Pollard. He is not getting his props from me until I see him take a majority of those snaps. We're seeing him take a majority of those snaps, and he is not that guy, which is okay. Pollard was never supposed to be that guy. You need a committee around a guy like Pollard because he can thrive in a committee. Manny, is that you? What do you even mean by that? Need to trade. I get what you see. Need to trade Prescott for Kyler. I'm seeing a lot of Prescott for Kyler talk. I said it yesterday in the group message because Dak's performance was atrocious. Kyler Murray is not a great quarterback in the NFL. He should probably go play baseball. He's too small. He's not going to be that guy you go get to win you a Super Bowl. The Cowboys are Kyler got to come in and learn a whole scheme midseason. A scheme that doesn't fit Kyler because it's a slow scheme, right? It just blows my mind. I would have fired McCarthy if Kellen Moore was like, I'm leaving. McCarthy, you get out of this. You get out of this facility right now. We're promoting. And I don't think Dan Quinn wants to be a head coach. So I think he would be okay with this. I would promote Kellen Moore. We have seen McCarthy call plays before. They literally took his play calling ability away because this is exactly what it looked like. They went and got Kellen Moore to call plays. Promoted Kellen Moore to call plays because Mike McCarthy ran this dog shit, slow, conservative. If I'm a Cowboys fan, I would be having PTSD right now because McCarthy is Jason Garrett 2.0. Hold on. We got the Louis Vuitton Don. Okay. I was wondering who that was, Lewis. Guys, Kiara is Lewis. So if anyone wanted to know that. Chargers or Cowboys next week? I'm going to be honest. I might pick the Chargers. Is Eckler back? If Eckler's back, I'm going Chargers. I mean, what are they scoring? 30 a game? Cowboys, some weeks are going to put up 40. Some weeks they're going to put up 10. 10? 10 points? 10? Falcons got to put Heineke in. Heineke is not, I feel so bad, bro. Heineke's not a bad quarterback. I don't know why Ritter's featuring Boots. Y'all hear Boots in the background? I don't know why Heineke's not getting some love. That he's made some good plays. Heineke's made some good plays in his career. He's done some good things. I don't think Ritter's that guy. But oh my God, we're not even scratch. Like, let's go look at Dakota Prescott stats real quick. By the way, Dak is terrified to run. He has PTSD from that ankle, like 100%. Can we see stats? There's the box score. Cowboys box score. Game stats. There we go. Okay. Time of possession. Dak is soft. Dak is scared. Time of possession. Cowboys, 23 minutes. 49ers, 37. And 37 minutes with the ball and scoring 42 points is kind of fucking nutty. Let's be honest right now. Dak needs to stick to making soup commercials. That motherfucker need to go make some Walmart commercials because he's a fucking fraud. Let's pull back the Dak hate for a minute. Let's talk about this. First downs. 49ers 25. Cowboys 8. He not that soft. He got jumped by 5 dudes on spring break. That video is always insane. Total yards 421 to 197. If my camera focuses one more time, I'm going to lose my shit. What are you focusing on? It has to be focusing on Kylo Ren, right? Yep. There we go. Passing yards, 251 to 140. Rushing yards, 170 to 57. That is nuts. That is insane. That is insane, bro. Penalties, 6 to 6. Wow. Oh my God. Are y'all ready? The Cowboys have better stats right here. Are you ready for this? Return yards, 78 to 39. Total plays, 67 to 49. Yards per play, 49ers 6, Cowboys 4. Another one. The Cowboys are number one in, guys. Total turnovers, 4 to 1. And the one, insanely enough, Christian McCaffrey, which we might not see him turn the ball over again this year. It was a good play. That was a damn good play to strip that ball from. That's a grown ass man to be taking the ball from. I give that guy props. But can I see individual stats, bro? Dakota Prescott, 14 of 24. And that makes me sick because I said if you're letting Dak throw the ball 40 times, you're going to lose. He only had to throw it 24 times. 58% completion, 153 yards, 1 touchdown, 3 interceptions. They need to go get, I'm begging them to go get another wide receiver. Well, who did they have last year that worked so well? Who was next to CD last year? I legitimately cannot remember. If someone can remind me. Herbert versus Dak. Chargers going to be eating that soup. That sounded a lot weird, me saying it than reading it. I think the Chargers run away with that, bro. Bro, what's the Cowboys schedule looking like? What point do we see a quarterback change, guys? Do y'all think that happens, or have they been scoring on bad teams too much? All right, they have Chargers, Rams, Eagles, Giants. At what point do we see Trey Lance? Probably not, right? Like, I feel like that's a long shot. Like, I feel like they would have to lose to the Chargers. They would have to lose to the Rams. They are probably going to lose to the Eagles. I feel like they would have to turn around and lose to the Giants, and maybe we see Trey Lance against the Panthers. But this is insane coming from a team that I had in the Super Bowl. And I'm not a Cowboys fan. I just want to reiterate that. So, anyways, on to the next topic. Hello. Tonight we have, where is it? Oh, wrong screen. Boom. Packers, Raiders. What's more dangerous, Bosa or that? We have Packers, Raiders. I'm going Raiders. I need a Devontae Adams 30-yard touchdown. I literally begged CD to catch a touchdown yesterday, and he couldn't even do that, getting blown out by 42 points. So, we're going Raiders. Should be a really good game tonight. I actually think it's going to be a pretty close, high-scoring game. Christian Watson, I think is a really good receiver. I think he'll cover your prop pick. I think Love is a really good quarterback. I think they just have a really young team, and they got a few holes they need to fill, and they'll be solid. That being said, let's get on to our Week 6 predictions. Van Der Esch likely on IR. I saw he got hurt. I couldn't remember if he came back in. I do remember him getting hurt. Let's get our Week 6 picks in. All right, so we got Broncos, Chiefs. Come on now. Chiefs. I'm going to give y'all a rundown of how mine and Tyler's predictions go. All right, guys. So the way me and Tyler are doing predictions now, We're gonna have 2 locks. We're gonna have 2 upsets. A lock game is worth 2. An upset game, if you get it right, is worth 3. If you want to vote and see our predictions, follow us on YouTube, follow us on TikTok, Any Given Monday podcast. We will post them there, usually on Saturday or Sunday before the games. We'll have our locks with an L. We'll have our upsets with a U. Like I said, locks 2 points, upsets 1 or 3. A regular game 1 point. So Chiefs, we're going Chiefs with our lock. Ravens, Titans. We're gonna go Ravens. Ooh, who's favored? Baltimore. Okay, Ravens. We're gonna go Ravens. Commanders, Falcons. The fact that this is even gonna be a like game I need to think about makes me upset because the Commanders should run away with this. I'm gonna go Atlanta's favored to win. I'm going Commanders with my. We're not gonna call that our upset yet because we might find an easier upset, but we might come back to Commanders and make them our upset. 49ers, Browns. Come on now. I'm not going to bet against the 49ers ever this year, which the Browns could give them a run for their money. We'll see. It's going to be interesting. We have the Saints and the Texans. Hold up. Saints and the Texans. New Orleans is favored to win. We have some banger games this week, guys. We have some actual banger games this week. Give me the Saints. I said the Saints were going to win a lot of games this year, so I got to go Saints. Panthers, Dolphins. I can't. There's our other lock, guys. Lock me in with the Dolphins. Lock us in with the Dolphins. Seahawks, Bengals. Since he's favored, give me the Seahawks. Might be some bias there. Give me the Seahawks as my upset. Vikings, Bears. God. I've probably been getting slaughtered on these, but I've been killing for gambling. I've won 830 in 3 weeks for a net of 750. God. Where were we? Where were we? Where were we? Who did we just do? I got Seahawks as my upset. Vikings, Bears. This is an actual. I mean, I'm going Vikings. Let's be honest. Who's favored in that? Minnesota, as they should be. Colts, Jags. Give me Jacksonville. I mean, I do like me some Minshew mania though. Patriots, Raiders. Give me Patriots. Who's favored in that? Las Vegas is favored. Let's sit back and think about this one, guys. Patriots, Raiders. Give me the Raiders. Just because their pass rush is going to get the Mac Jones. That's a given. That is a given. Where is okay? Cardinals, Rams. Yeah, give me the Rams. Lions, Bucks. Lions. Eagles, Jets. Come, bro. All right, we said it was a good week for games, but now it's kind of getting out of hand. Giants, Bills. It's really out of hand right now. Bills. Cowboys, Chargers. Give me Dallas is favored to win, so give me the Chargers. Do I want to do the? I don't want to do the Chargers. My upset. We'll probably do the Commanders as our upset. We'll go back and do that. All right, guys. So there are our predictions. Well, my predictions for Week 6. We'll get Tyler's, and like I said, we'll upload those later in the week. Who's playing QB for Pats? Well, Belichick said that Mac Jones is still the starter. Juju didn't even play yesterday. That Sunday night football game. Tyrod Taylor versus Buffalo. Nah. Tyrod Taylor. Oh yeah, Tyrod Taylor is probably going to be, yeah, Daniel Jones probably going to be out for a little bit. God. All right, all right. What did I say we had next on the slate? We had some fantasy football. All right, we're going to talk about our league a little bit. Tyler sent me some notes to go over. Let's talk about this. Hold up, hold up. All right, so our league is kind of getting flushed out. We have a really top heavy league, and then the bottom half just fucking not good. I mean, there's just no chance. Yeah, we're not talking about that league. So some games coming up this week. We have Sarah Beth's team, who is lost Nick Chubb. I forgot what we ranked her before the season started, but I think it was a fringe playoff team. She's 3-2. She's going against Coy 4-1, who we had winning the Super Bowl because he had CMC. But y'all ready for this? This one's gonna blow your mind. He traded Christian McCaffrey for Brees Hall. He traded Christian Dynasty, guys. Christian McCaffrey and a first round pick for Brees Hall. Wow. That's crazy. And he's playing the person who he traded Christian McCaffrey to this week. Sarah Beth is 3-2. Coy is 4-1. They're head to head. Coy's leading 1-0. Coy won week 11 last year, 126-116. Notable performances. Coy, is this week 11 of last year notable performances, or is this year? I'm assuming it's this year. Yeah, this year. Coy has Montgomery on his team. No. This is last year. Last year in their matchup, Coy had Montgomery with 21 points. He was a Bear last year, right? Which he does no longer have. This year he has Brett Maher, or last year he had Brett Maher with 22 points. That's fucking insane. Last year, Sarah Beth had Mahomes put up 33 and Bass with 23. What were kickers doing last year? Bench warmers, Coy had nobody go off. Sarah Beth had Samaje Perine with 30 points. If I could go look at their teams real quick, I would say that. Let's take a look at this. Week 6. Go over. Thank you. I'm going to try to give y'all some who's probably going to be a big factor for them. Jamar Chase is going to need to have another big game for Coy. Stevenson might show up. Brees Hall's Coy is missing. Ooh, does Coy have a backup quarterback? He has Justin Herbert. He'll be okay. I might start. No, I wouldn't start Amari Cooper. I don't know. I think he's gonna need Jamar Chase to show up. We'll go Jamar Chase. He's gonna need Brees Hall to get in the end zone. Sarah Beth has Mahomes going against Denver, so he's gonna do his thing. Van Der Esch is a fit. Oh no, they're considering. Okay. Mahomes, she has CMC. The downside, Samaje Perine, which is not going to be good for her. I mean, he's going to have a good game. He might not even play. Did he play this week? He played this week. I mean, running back one right now, so we'll see. We'll go Drake London and Christian McCaffrey need to have. No, I mean Christian McCaffrey could potentially at any moment have a 4. We'll go Drake London and Samaje Perine need to have good games. It's set for the current week. I know but I was looking through her. She doesn't have a. I mean, unless you go Matt Breida, but other than that, like she has no running backs. She has no running backs to move in for Perine. She has Javante's hurt though. I mean, no matter what, she's gonna have Denver's running back one. So whoever's Denver running back one is needs to get in the end zone for her at least once. All right, so who am I leaning towards in that prediction? Probably Coy. Coy has a lot of firepower. Who do I want to win? Sarah Beth, because I want to be in first place. Um, she had a lot of guys go off this week. It was really good. I think Coy just has a little bit more depth on his team, and JT is back. And Diggs is going to do his week to week thing. The next matchup we have Rob and Manny, which Rob is either going to be 4-1 or 3-2. Manny is 1-4. Y'all remember though, Manny was only going to lose 3 games this year. Head to head, Rob won last year, leading the series 1-0. He won week 5, 118-98. Jesus, what a low scoring game. Notable performances last year. Rob had Eckler, which now Manny has Eckler, who dropped 36 points. Pierce had 20. Manny had Goddard with 17. Tyreek with 13. Manny now has Eckler. Their bench warmers last year were Eno Benjamin. Manny was Josh Reynolds with 15 points. Randall Cobb with 17, which if they are starting on your team, you are probably just fucked. I mean, this is a notable matchup because Manny takes after me and talks a lot of shit, right? But Rob's probably going to run through him. Our next matchup, Manny has Eckler and Rob has Hill. Yeah, that is pretty funny. Me versus H-Town 0-5. I'm obviously H-Town's father. I've beat him in a Super Bowl. I've beat him in playoff. I've beat him in the Super Bowl. I've beat him in the regular season. Redraft, fucking dynasty. My baseball team's better than his. Like I just don't know what H-Town could possibly beat me at. Let's be completely honest. My actual football team's better than his. Guys, if y'all can think of anything H-Town could possibly be better than me at, if y'all could just other than tanking without my first round pick. Anyways, that being said, back to fantasy football. I'm either going to be 3-2 or 4-1. H-Town is 0-5. I'm leading the series like 400-0, 1-0 in our dynasty. Notable performances last year. I had Adams and Lamb combined for 65. H-Town probably didn't have anyone. What was the score last year? You didn't put that on there. Dang. Adams and Lamb probably combined for whatever H-Town scored in total. My bench warmers, Tyler Higbee with 15 points. I think I got Kittle by that point. H-Town probably had some 5th string running back on his bench. Score was there? Oh, holy shit. I was trolling when I said that Lamb and Adams probably combined for his score. They combined for more than his score. Lamb and Adams combined for 65, and H-Town scored 47. We've seen single players score more than 47. I could have benched everyone but 2 players and beat H-Town. It's probably going to be like that this year too. Yeah, that is it for our league. Let's look at who performed in fantasy this week, like top-notch performers. Oh, wait, let's go see if Lewis actually won in our league last week, our redraft. He did. Wait, no. He could still lose. Is Josh Jacob really out with COVID or was someone trolling? Jamar had 50, Moore had 49. Who was probably running back? Who was probably running back one? Let's take a look. Unless he was on someone's bench, then I'll really be sick. ETN was running back 1? Really? 36. Yeah, that's probably about right. Akane or Achan had 20. 13 CMC. Yeah, it was looking like ETN was running back 1 by a long shot. Oh, Brees Hall had 28, so that was the next closest. Fields, Ritter. Hey, let's give Ritter some. How much did Fields have? He was on Kelly's bench, right? How much did Fields end with? Kittle, my boy, look out there looking like wide receiver 1, baby. Yeah, there were a lot of great fantasy performance, and it's like we're seeing like Tyler. Am I tripping? Or last year was it like maybe we saw at most 3 to 4 50-point performances, and we've seen 3 to 4 50-point performances the last 2 weeks. Fantasy is going insane this year. We're having people almost put up 200 points every week. I mean, people are scoring. That being said, that is probably it for football. I mean, this podcast is going long. I'm not going to touch a lot on UFC. We got the main event coming up. We got Islam and Charles. We're going to wait for Tyler. We'll talk about that next week, I believe. Who got announced for January? Connor's officially back in the USADA pool. And who got announced for January? Volk and old buddy. Hold on. Tyler sent me top fantasy performers. Y'all ready? Does that say Joe Mixon? Oh. There were a lot of 40-point. I don't remember there being that many 40-point games last year. That's actually crazy. I feel like it's just so early in this year. We're seeing it so early this year that it's probably going to be a lot more. I mean, look at these though. Look, week 9, week 17, week 2, week 3, week 12, week 3. We already have 3 this year, and it's week 4. Yeah. Yeah. It's a great year for fantasy. It's gonna be really good. Take the overs. Who is fighting in Volk and whatever his name is that some people think is better than Yair, but Volk's gonna run through him. Anyways, guys, that is it for the Any Given Monday podcast. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate every one of y'all. Drop a like, drop a follow, hit the bell so you know when we go live. We go live every Monday. The times, I mean, I slept till 1 o'clock today. Like, oh my God. So the times fluctuate. When Tyler's back, it'll be 12. We'll be on a more consistent schedule. You know, that's who keeps me in check. Yeah. Drop a like on here, follow, hit the bell, TikTok. I got like our Twitter is tripping. I'm trying to post more on Twitter. I went to log in it last night and I was like logged out. I don't know like why, like what's going on with that. I hope we didn't get hacked and some crazy shit. TikTok, we're starting to get some traction on there. I was sick this last week, so we didn't post a lot, but we finally hit 100 followers. Let's go. Let's go. We're looking for 100 on YouTube now. But I appreciate all of y'all, and I hope y'all have a great rest of y'all's day. Where is